What does this mean? Responsibility for what? Safety men provide from what? Consequences of what? Let's follow this all the way through. We'd like to know what they mean. Thanks.
Well, sweetie, if we're going to talk about what kind of safety men provide, let's start with safe drinking water.
What?
See, I know that a lot of you lovely ladies think that water comes from the store or the faucet and that you're strong and independent and you can buy your own water, but in order for that water to not give you dysentery or botulism or any other diseases that can easily end you, that water went through an entire array of filtering machines that were built by men. Same for the tap water that goes through your faucets. Men also provide safety from the natural world, where without the cities that men built, the vast majority of you lovely ladies would die of exposure from the elements, or you'd probably end up as dinner for a squirrel.
Just leave him.
But you gotta come on.
Bruh.
Also, men keep you safe from all kinds of other diseases and medical issues because, you see, they invented modern medicine, and they also invented psychiatrists, and they also invented the therapy that a lot of modern women brag about going to.
Ironic.
And hey, if I'm being honest, I think even your nose rings were made by men. So yeah, next time you open a bottle of water and pop a Xanax, make sure you thank the patriarchy.
We impose order on the chaos of organic evolution. You exist because we allow it.
You know what I don't understand? Men will shame women for giving it up easily, and then when we don't and they become incels, they get mad.
Sweetie, like I said in the previous video, most of us don't give a crap about what you do with your lives. We just treat you according to your behavior. So, if a woman has a history of giving it up easily, but after she reaches a certain age and a certain level of, how should I put this in a YouTube-friendly way? Overblown box syndrome, then she suddenly starts demanding all kinds of stuff from men just so she'd let them hit what other men got to hit for free. Well, most of us will call her out on her BS. And the only people I see getting mad about that is you lovely ladies on TikTok.
I don't know how to explain to men, because I know women get this, to men that spending money genuinely makes women happy. It can be, we can go buy some paper towels. I'm going to Target right now to go buy some paper towels, and I'm so excited just to actively buy something. It makes me so happy to double tap, hover over that little icon, that 3D thing icon, to pay for it.
Well, sweetie, as long as you do it with your own money and not ours, more power to you. Do what makes you happy. But on the same note, I don't know how I can explain to women that, for a lot of us men, it gives us great happiness to pop open a cold one and just sit on the couch in silence. Absolute silence. Without a woman going,
Trust me when I say this. I know where the girls are coming from when they say to decenter men, and that men and that you shouldn't put any value into what men think of you or how they treat you because they're dog shit most of the time. Okay? I get that and I understand it. The problem I have is, as a straight heterosexual woman who's attracted to straight heterosexual men and would like to experience a romantic heterosexual relationship with a man but has never had the opportunity to do so, it makes it hard to really accomplish that.
well, gee, maybe that's because you think that men are dog shit.
You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
And trust me, most of us don't want to be with a woman who thinks that way about men.
And on top of that, I am force-fed content on and offline on a daily basis, seeing women who are truly valued and treated well by the men in their lives.
Well, Sweetie, if you want to be treated well and be valued by a man, have you tried treating that man well and valuing him?
And that makes me physically ill.
Yep, there's your problem right there. But hey, don't despair, sweetie, because like a lot of women did about a year ago, you could always try choosing the bear.
I don't eat the... I'm good. Thanks.
You like goth girls, huh? Huh? You like goth girls, huh?
No.
Well, this is what she looks like when she's putting on her pale makeup before she gets anything else on. Okay?
Sweetie, aside from the makeup and face jewelry, is that the taint of Slaanesh I sense on you?
The title on that video should have been When You're Mad But Don't Know How to Use Your Words Like an Adult.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of women I've seen on TikTok.
Listen, it doesn't say much about you as a husband if you want to hurt or annoy your wife when she makes you mad instead of trying to communicate what happened so that it doesn't happen again.
Also, says a lot about the wife for hurting and annoying her husband in the first place.
She obviously communicates with you what makes her upset, and that's exactly how you know that splashing water all over the mirror after she cleans it is enough to drive her mad.
Kinda like she knows it drives him mad when she overcharges his credit card.
And I know that most men will say that this is just a joke, but only a juvenile would think that it's funny to admit that they want to punish their wife for upsetting them.
Well, sweetie, women punish their husbands all the time, usually by withholding bedroom fun or with divorce.
You also don't realize that you admit to knowing a lot more than you've pretended to when you throw a tantrum like this around your house. You've probably told your wife to make you a list of what to do because you don't know what needs to be done. Or you've told her that you're not a mind reader when she's asked you to do your part around the house. But this video proves that you've known exactly what she's expected of you all along. So you know exactly what annoys her if it's to piss her off, but you can't remember what annoys her so that you can avoid doing it. You obviously heard her when she told you that it frustrates her when you don't close the cabinet or bother to replace the roll of toilet paper when you see that it's empty. You obviously know that it drives her nuts when you forget to take the trash out or you leave your dirty dishes on the counter next to the sink. And that's devastating because it means that you have all the answers when it's to hurt her, but not when it's to help her. You used weaponized incompetence to feign ignorance, but you obviously knew what mattered to her all along. And that means that you had the tools to make her feel seen, heard, and understood, and yet you chose not to. You tend to expose things when you're angry that you try to hide when you're not. So you end up exposing that you were never incompetent, you were just unwilling. But women shouldn't only feel seen when you're mad at them, and they shouldn't only get
Oh, shut up.
You know what, sweetie? Wives shouldn't piss off their husbands.
What?
Let me say that again. Wives shouldn't piss off their husbands. See, if she has a grievance with him, she can act like an adult and communicate, like you yourself just said. Not piss off her husband to the point that he wants to hit her. But hey, if she's being a see you next Tuesday on purpose, she can't be surprised when her husband retaliates in the same manner. 'Cause, you know, gender equality.
9.5 non-bone pressed and 6.5 girth. What does non-bone pressed mean?
Non-bone... What?
What? No thank you.
You know, most women are average, and as such are perfectly satisfied with average sizes. And the more above average a man is, the more uncomfortable it gets for her. But a lot of women will never admit that, because size is their number one insult when it comes to men. Seriously, yours could be the size of Chewbacca, but if you piss her off, she's gonna let you know that her boyfriend back in college was bigger, and yours is small.
Just like a woman.
And then she wonders why you do stuff like this.
Bruh.
This is not a flex.
Actually, it kinda is.
I spent 3 years teaching English in Saudi Arabia, and during that time I witnessed certain men preying on certain women. It was always Western men, usually in their 50s and 60s, sometimes from America, sometimes British, and sometimes Irish, native English-speaking Western men, preying on very young women in their early 20s.
Praying, you say?
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
22, 23, usually Asian. And all of these men had certain things in common. One of those things is that they complained about Western women. They would complain about how bitchy they are, and how they won't sleep with them anytime they want them to, and how they're angry that they don't do dishes and stuff. Basically, they would complain that they had standards and boundaries.
And apparently lacked any kind of homemaking or bedroom skills.
And they were upset that they could just leave them anytime they wanted because they had jobs and could support themselves. All of them also thought that these very young 20-something-year-old women liked them for their personalities. I even asked one, I'm like, she's 22 and you're 63. Why do you think she's with you? Like, I'm an attractive guy. She likes me for my personality.
Yeah, I have a feeling that none of those men actually talk to you, and you're making this crap up. Also, if she's 22 and she's willingly with the 63-year-old man, that's called consent, which means he's not in fact preying on her. Some might argue that she's actually preying on him to get a green card.
Bruh. If you are so insecure as a man that you have to prey on women from third world countries, you're not only pathetic, you're a predator.
And what does that say about you if a lot of men are flying to the other side of the world and trying to find women there, rather than having to put up with you?
Pathetic.
But sweetie, listen, the Western men you're talking about and calling predators are managing to score in their 50s and 60s the kind of women that most men find attractive, as in young, attractive, agreeable, and tight. On the other hand, I don't know of any average Western women in their 50s and 60s able to score the kind of man that most women find attractive, as in the young, tall, handsome, rich Chad.
Not a chance.
So, if you really think about it, those men are winning, and you're not.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.